Yo, what's good, people? How are all of you today? Hopefully you can hear me out there. Looks like you can. Looked like Streamlabs dropped audio a couple of times during that startup period. Hopefully it doesn't bug us today. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. It is Wednesday. If we can make it through today, we're more than halfway there. What's up, Seth? How you doing today, man? I get to see you today, don't I? And is the whole community going to get to see you for the challenge this month? I keep meaning to ask you. We'll have to talk about that today. Tom, welcome in, dude. Tom says, today I realized I have a complex relationship with the world. As soon as I have 2 weeks to move, I get flooded with 2 EPs to master. I get the vocals to start mixing, the K-pop track I'm working on, and then another mix for an old friend and client. That's just how it goes, right? Thank you for the sub, Tom. Really appreciate it, homie. Big love. Salutations, Bunch. How are you today? This is not the first time it's happened. When I moved to Norway, I got flooded with work right before I moved to. Yeah, you know, the same. It's funny. I've like been slowly easing into the thing with Audio Design Desk and like slowly kicking clients to the side. And each time I've done so, within a day or two, multiple new opportunities come in. And it's just the classic thing playing out again and again and again, isn't it? The universe sees you make some room. And then it's like, oh yeah. How about all this stuff? Heidi, how are you? Yeah, definitely nothing to complain about. That's a good problem to have in this business, right? Yeah, Tom, it will be. It will be the key to the next price increase for you. Absolutely. 100%. When the whole thing is done and mixed and it goes over incredibly well, you're going to get more calls from these guys and they're going to send you more stuff, at which point you say, we've got to bite the bullet and sit through the quarantine and get some pictures together so you can hang some stuff on some walls. There's the next price increase. Complex relationship with the world. Too much of a troll, and the world tends to troll back. How you doing on this fine hump day? I'm doing all right, Tom. Thank you for asking. How are you, by the way? Heidi Vibey. For the 7-day rain. Oh, I am so excited for this rain that's coming. So excited. I just want people to pay attention to like keeping the earth happy so we can all stay happy and we can move beyond this whole pandemic thing in some shape or form eventually, and then we'll all have a big old get together and hug for like an hour. It's not asking for a lot, right? Normal Everyday Magic. Is that the name of the book? That is a great feeling when you're just about to crack open a new book. Oh yeah. Group hug, right? Yeah, except for this group is getting pretty big. There might be something we might need to set something up. Set some people right in the middle of this giant circle with some drums or something. We'll all just like kumbaya for a while or something. That's the title of your life. Normal Everyday Magic. You should write a book then. It'll be your memoir. Normal Everyday Magic. I have no idea what I'm doing today. I know what I need to do. It's just which one of those things am I going to do? That's the question. I was thinking some Halloween stuff. Just because we sort of got started the other day, but not really because we ended up doing feedback the whole day and just kind of talking. And question for you guys. You've heard various things from the Marvel stuff. Where are they? Oh, they're right here. Does that look like a sound pack that you'd click on to listen to for Marvel music? Cool. Almost finished my Doors pack, but it might be done past Halloween. Well, timing isn't everything. Last one had a Captain Marvel vibe. Yeah, right? Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think maybe some Halloween stuff, and maybe we'll slip in some pulses. I do need to make some headway with the pulses pack. How is everybody doing with Warped ARPs? Warped ARPs 1. What shall we do? Is it going to be FM? Maybe it'll be FM. More discussion of FM. Or maybe just some play. Maybe just some play. That's when the best stuff comes out, right? Maybe what we'll do is click into the after pack here. Find a couple more ominous ones while I drink my first few sips of coffee. All right, cool. Trailer, what's up, dude? Had an awesome idea for the ARPs, but after an hour of working on it, turned out it was not so good. Starting again tonight. Ah, cool. It is. It is the most underrated synth ever if you're not in the film world. And if you're in the film world, then it's just called your synth. The synth, maybe. I was rather lost in my own little world when I was making this pack too. I mean, it's hard not to be with this stuff. This is probably not going to be nearly long enough, so let's drop this from 120 down to 60. Let's see what that feels like. Okay, so this is 1 minute. What's the release on this? Yeah, it's fine. I can actually probably just bounce that, honestly. Did I not just silence my notifications? General spookiness, a lot of minors and triads. F minor. Cool. All right. Yeah, I do have them silenced. So F, huh? We can do F. Favoring F minor for this. Did a surprise stream yesterday for this little track challenge, this little 2 hour track challenge. Made a little funk ditty. Um, and I gushed a little bit about this yesterday, but not everyone was there. So I'm just going to do it again because I'm still kind of reeling from this. But on Monday, after my live stream with you guys, I finished bouncing and uploading all of that Marvel stuff, and we went into a QC party for this Marvel pack, and we did it directly inside of Audio Design Desk this time. And instead of going through file by file, listening technically, what we did was we went and we actually just started using it, composing in real time, because remember, we built a brand new audio engine. So the entire thing is running on a new core, and it allows for real time production. Real time. With your QWERTY keyboard, you are quite literally conducting the composition of complex musical cues and sound design in that very same instant that you press your keys with all the background rendering and everything that's been built in it. It is unbelievable. This thing was outperforming our wildest expectations at this point, and it was the biggest proof of concept yet, and it's phenomenal. This Marvel pack is just flippin' incredible. It's hard to even put words to. It's just really, really next generation stuff. It is, oh, it's just, yeah, Chef Kiss and beyond. It is, these guys have no flippin' clue what's coming. No clue. Like, Avid is probably miffed that they're not in the running for the Tech Awards or anything like that this year and wondering how some new startup is doing this, but I don't think the other DAWs are expecting this either. Like, this is turning into something far, far bigger than any of us ever expected. Yo, Andromia, what's up, dude? How are you? Congrats again on making it through the 30-day challenge. Big ups, dude. Nice, Saf. Don't you love it when you find something old that you made and it's good? Tom, weren't you digging in at one point? Uh, weren't you getting all like technically into absinthe? I think that was around the time that you went on your crazy inspiration binge, though, and you started knocking out tracks left and right, and it was probably just kind of left behind, huh? Yeah, trailer. The just walking into something blindly is great. Yes, absinthe is in the complete bundle. Yeah. Javar, what's up, dude? How are you? Happy hump day to you. Yeah, I used it a while here and there, but I really want to master it when I get some time for myself. Yeah, it is hard when other things are prettier and newer and quicker. That's a good routine, going back and forth between multitasking and chilling with us. That's good stuff right there. All right, let's bounce this one, and we'll spin out just a couple of quick variations from it. Oh yeah, lots of room here to play with. We're sitting at negative 30 lufs right now. So let's play with this because this is the exact kind of drone that you can do almost anything with. You could build risers out of this, just general, you know, distant or close proximity beds. You can build pulses, um, rhythms, so many different things. Um, let's first do a fairly basic one. Let's just put a tiny bit of sizzle on this to get the loudness up. Right there. That's the ticket. All right, so this will be just a general bed then. What is this? This is 60 BPM in F minor. Cool. All right, and now let's also put a granular spin on this. All right, so that one's pretty weird. Let's do that. So this is number 2, and we're looking at intensity of 3 and complexity of maybe 4, 3, something like that. Mastering that skill of going between multitasking and chilling. Right, Trailer? Your memory is every engineer's worst enemy, right? Oh, man. Using streams as your refresh, your palate cleanser, if you will, right? Nice. That's just wicked. Wow. Let's see here. So we're now on number 3, and we'll say that this one's more of an intensity 4 and a complexity of 3. 4. I wonder what Halloween is even going to look like this year. It certainly wasn't a real Halloween last year. Let's go up one octave on this one. See what happens. See if we can make this kind of cloudy. Maybe not. Let's do something kind of glitchy. Oh, this is great. Super subtle. Let's add just a touch of overdrive on the very top of this. Yep, I'm digging that one. That's great. Okay, so what is this, like 5 or something? Four. Intensity 1, complexity 3. Trailer's going to school this last week, huh? Oh, I guess we're always all in school, aren't we? Good examples with kicks, where you wanted the low end for just a split moment rather than the bong, so I shaped the low end with the multi-band expander compression or both. Boom. It's got to be punch heaven. Oh man. Wow. The museum was even open? Everything's been closed here for so long. Well, I mean, things reopened, but they've been shut back down or whatever. Yeah, that is a good one. All right, let's do maybe one more little mod on this one, and then I'll pick something else. Maybe something else kind of noise bitty. You know, kind of more higher end frequency stuff. Yeah, like this. This is perfect. Yeah, it is. It does have a little WandaVision, doesn't it? Okay, good. I'm glad it died there. All right, so this one is 5. We could do an intensity of 1 maybe on this. Complexity of like 4. Wandered around the museum in Victoria for hours. Was alone and got in the museum after crying and watching a documentary. Almost no one there. Very spooky. The one thing I went to see was closed off, and I went through 3 times trying to find it. I did probably 10 laps. I'd love to see the camera footage of me trying to escape. Oh, jeez. Oh, man. That sounds like something out of a movie, actually. Wow. This is ridiculous. Okay, so this one, rhythm. That's what we need down. Get back here. This is all still from that same note, that single note in Absinthe, by the way. All right, from the top. All right, so that happened. This is number 6. And we'll just put this up at intensity 5 and complexity 5. That one, huh? Man, I keep saying, all right, I'm gonna move on from this sound, but then just keep finding more really awesome things to do with it. This is just bonkers. This is just bonkers. This sounds like someone spiked some Halloween candy. It's going to be interesting to go back and look at the variety of waveforms that came from this one sound. We've been in feedback, right? Yes, we've been in feedback. Okay, so we've got something kind of subtle and muted. Let's put it all into motion. All right, let's find some decent stuff here. Let's do slow, simple, evolving, triplet. Tom, have a good one, dude. Good luck with the track. Keep your ears strong. Keep the dream alive. Take care, brother, man. Now we put the overdrive over the top of that. This one's a little too musical, really. I'm really not liking that. Maybe some dotted instead. Okay, so this one is more of a pulse, or maybe just drone rhythmic. Intensity 2, complexity 4. Is anybody out there doing anything for Halloween? Like, is anybody having like a Halloween party pod? It's amazing. Um, just how much less I even turn to movement in general uh, since Shaperbox 2 um, was released. You know what day tomorrow is? Well, besides Thursday, National Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day. Wait a minute. National Cinnamon Raisin Bread Day is my birthday? How did I not know this before? That's amazing. Trailer says, hey, OhmLab, when you're designing a sound like this, do you think of it like a main feature of a track, like a main, or do you build it to be used as a layer or texture? And how do you think about how you leave the gaps in the spectrum? Does that make sense? Yeah, absolutely. It does make sense. And yes, I am thinking about this in these terms. And whether you anticipate something being used in isolation or not in the world of cinematic sound design, which is the process of actually putting sounds to moving pictures to bring them to life, right? Um, there's always going to be layering because there's always going to be other things. There's going to be dialogue and atmosphere and ambience and well, this would be a bed slash pulse, this last one, but there would still be other things. There would probably be some kind of top line, um, maybe some kind of a beat. There's always other things. Um, and you just never know exactly what. So you try to make them as stable as possible. Um, the thing is, though, is that you don't want to make any like overly generalized assumptions that will leave your sound more specific in nature in regards to the implementation. And here's what I mean. So if you drench something like this in reverb, for instance, the odds of that reverb matching up with that person's environment in their project is far less. Like you have a much smaller chance of matching um, everyone's projects, basically. right? So the more it always comes back to the less is more thing, because someone can always toss on some reverb. The other way to look at this is you shouldn't really go about cutting a big chunk in the same spot out of everything, like 500 or something, for instance, because if you do that, then all your stuff has that, right? And you don't know what they're mixing it with. This might not end up in music, so that may not be quite as pertinent. Um, and the same goes for stereo field. Like a lot of this stuff needs to be done with the understanding that panning has a wholly different function within the world of sync than it does in music. Largely in the world of music, you're positioning players, you're trying to create space and separation for the individual elements in play. But on the screen, you're coinciding you're coinciding the position, the relative proximity, um, all of these things as the cues for the audience, right? They're listening with their ears, they're watching with their eyes, and those things kind of have to be in sync. So, like flybys, for instance, would be a much more common way to use panning than in the sync world than it would be in the music world, for instance. Um, so yeah, you can't make the same kind of assumptions with the sync work as you would with the music stuff. But it is important to be thinking about all those things, right? Like um, cutting away subs in stuff that no subs are necessary. That's going to help. That's going to help most sound designers and audio editors. Um, but in a sound where it might be appreciated or needed for gravity of a moment or something like that, then you leave it in because it's easy enough to roll that off. So, yeah, hope that helps uh, answer the question. All right, so while that's going on its weird little 16 bar adventure there, and go into a filter here and knock out a few points. Fun with Shaper Box! I should probably move on from this sound. Where are we in our numbering here? I guess I kind of did from that last one. Let's start with the new sound. I'm just playing. I'd rather be productive. All right, so all of these guys turned out well. We'll save all of those. Get back to our master patch here. Yeah, it's basically just like a game of mindfulness. Like you've got to be really honest with yourself. Like right there, like I could have kept playing and made something, but it's like, you know, the relevance of anything in that realm is so minuscule compared to what I'd like most of my sounds to be, you know, offering. So, and perception on that stuff shifts over time too, you know. I think earlier in the exponential curve, we're more prone to, I don't know, get hung up on sounds and the way that we think they should be, and music as well. But there isn't any one way that they really should be, is the thing. And over time, you start to become less attached to songs and sounds, and you're able to, like this, right? Like I could hear in that one sound, like, okay, there's a bunch of potential in this sound. Why not just find a bunch of different directions that this one sound could go in instead of forcing the sound in one direction? And it starts to open your eyes up to what other people might be thinking in regards to sounds or what they might need. And then once you're actually in the position of syncing all those types of sounds to moving picture, you know, whether it be film or game or whatever, you feel more acquainted with sound in general and the behaviors of what's happening. And therefore, the cause and effect that might be in play when other sounds are in the mix, and you become very good with stacking up other sounds. And in that process, you really start to unpack all of this extra stuff that you don't really hear a lot of people talk about very much in regards to problem solving and critical thinking in the moment, like when you're making decisions about a scene and how something is coming to life and how immersion actually starts to develop. And what we consider to be tension and release in the music world is absolutely nothing like it is in the movie world. And layering in the music world is nothing like it is in the movie world either, because you'll see, you know, a sound designer quite often toss in a couple of different risers and a few different hits for a rise to hit. And the sound, the original creator of those sounds might be thinking that they've developed something that can stand on its own, which it can, but that's just not how people really work when it comes right down to it most of the time. So SDP, you're so disciplined. I almost immediately want to throw new sounds into a track, right? Yeah. Well, it depends. Like if I'm in a music making mode, then yes, absolutely. And I will tend to throw a lot at it and then I'll carve away because I feel like exploring the potential of something to see where it could go almost immediately. So I am that way when it comes to music. With sound, yeah, I feel like I've been kind of conditioned over time to, um, trust in the less is more process, and start with something small and then spin stuff off in different directions from that point of small, if you will, point of less. All right, so what were we in? F, right? Yeah, F. So trailer's saying, so sound designers on movies are using these sample packs and layering them up. I just figured they were all doing what you are starting from scratch. Right? So that is, yeah, yeah, I really do want to start sharing a bunch of the audio design desk stuff with you guys because, well, what we should do is go back to rescoring scenes. I don't know how many people in the room right now. I guess we have only a few people here right now, but uh, rescoring scenes or scoring scenes with something like Logic or Premiere or Pro Tools or something like that, it takes time. It takes a long time to develop these things. And even if you're a ninja with really quick workflows, there's still just a lot of time sunk into the looking for and the management of sounds and the proper placement and syncing. Um, and audio design does just flips all of that on its head. It's already done for you. All the tagging and the markers are already there in place. The system is intelligent. It knows where you want to put stuff. It's just flipping fantastic. So this question, sound designers on movies, they're basically just using these sample packs and layering them up and stuff. Predominantly, yes, because they've either purchased or subscribed to multiple libraries. They probably also have a Splice or a Loopmasters or Sounds.com or some other musical subscription, probably Arcade from Output because it's really good for meeting deadlines and adding character quickly. Um, but yeah, predominantly. And the reason isn't because the skill isn't there. One, a lot of sound designers on that side of the industry were not musicians to start with. They got into it as audio guys. Um, Two, deadlines and budget. Like the audio team is always the last to get the stuff because you have to sync it all to the final product. Um, and it just is what it is, and there's no time. There's just never any time. So now that a tool like this is coming on the scene, it's going to be really interesting to see the long-term ripple effects in regards to the expectations of the people in those positions. I predict that it's going to be much like what happened in the video game world, where the sound designers, the expectations grow with the capabilities and the tools over the years. So then they are expected to understand implementation and middleware and stuff like that. I think that on the sync side of things, you will absolutely be seeing composers and sound designers, like the creators of sound, in those positions in the future because they will be using intelligent tools like Audio Design Desk and they will have these kind of auto magical workflows and then they will be expected to be able to bring their own secret sauce to these things. That's what I think. And it's going to lay waste to an entire swath of the industry that's basically just middlemen. And I can't wait to see that happen because it's going to mean more opportunities for folks like you. Like you want an opportunity to do this type of work, but you feel like you can't break into it because you've been on the music side this entire time or whatever. But the way that all the technology and everything goes, I think that expectations go with it, and that we're about to see a massive sea change and all of it. Yeah. Saf says, for me, I just relayer things a bunch of things while scoring. I tend to make the sounds from the ground up and then go from there. Jafar says, yep, movie cue can oftentimes be just one note, and there rarely is an actual developed melody, just a sound that creates a mood. Yep. Yeah, definitely a very different way of thinking about things. And the less is more thing becomes even more important than in the music world, because what you are creating in the music world traditionally is something that is front and center, meant to be paid attention to. This is the thing you are tuning into. In the sync world, whatever you're creating is there to support and bring to life. That's the simple fact. And the artistry of it, like the science side of it is making it all work. And the artistry of it is knowing when to freaking stop and understanding like the intentions um, behind all of the decisions being made by the filmmaker and the director of photography, and understanding like how to evoke certain emotions, and what are psychological triggers and all that kind of stuff. And it all culminates in this thing. So yeah, it's like this, it's like you're slowly working your way up through the ranks, and you can start being interested with a guitar or a keyboard when you're a little kid and figure out how to play music, and then figure out your sound design stuff, and then all your software and hardware and stuff, and you finally arrive. Now I think it's just getting easier. I think it's just going to be a wholly different game very, very soon. Yeah, very, very interesting, isn't it, trailer? Ninja, says Andremia. Saf says, I'm doing a Guilty Gear rescore. I have to share sometime. Yeah, dude, love to see that. That's still something I sometimes have trouble with because I'm constantly going back and forth, says Javar. I recently did a scoring competition where the review was basically, you're trying to put too many ideas in too small a space. Yeah. Yeah. Less is more is exponentially more important. Moving away from music and toward the screen as you move up in seriousness, right? Like comedy, low grade horror, whatever, you can get away with some busyness or whatever. Um, but the more serious the project is being taken, the more you have to be in line with supporting the project. It's really, yeah. Minimal is beautiful. Yeah, absolutely. Such a big switch from thinking of the music to thinking about the sound. Exactly, exactly. Easy to feel like wasted a lot of time on learning notes, but the musical understanding will always be useful. I just need to skill up a new area now. Yeah, that's really it. Is like that's not knowledge lost. It's not time lost. It's knowledge gained. It's skills gained, and those things will come into play for you because it's you. And you're going to have a slightly different path than everyone else. And you're going to have slightly different interests than everyone else. And you're going to have slightly different musical heroes than everyone else. For instance, you could have the same exact schooling, the same exact job opportunities, the same exact projects worked on in your artistic portfolio. You could be sitting right next to someone one cube over in a studio, um, working on all the same stuff, but at home, you happen to listen to Trent Reznor in your free time, and they happen to listen to Hans Zimmer or Gershwin or someone, right? You guys are going to have wholly different ideas about how to bring tension to things. The fundamentals and the mechanics might be very similar or on point, but the timbre and the sound and what that does to mood and immersiveness and all that kind of stuff, that there's differences. There's differences. Yeah. And both people can deliver on a project like that. So it really comes down to how you connect with the material. Like it really does become this artistic thing at a certain point. There's just this massive tipping point. A lot of the scoring videos I watch are like, okay, we need a theme here. We'll do strings, and the guy plays 5 notes. There we go. That's our main theme. Now we do variations, and that's it. Exactly. Like you guys have been watching me with like all the Marvel stuff and like this. It's like, okay, here's our note. That's our one note. Or the funk challenge yesterday. What did it start with? Bump, 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 bump. Right? It was like full on Herbie Hancock, right? Like Watermelon Man type stuff. Herbie is the first to tell you about butter notes, and like it's more important. It's more important. It will always be more important the notes that you choose not to play than the notes that you do choose to play. And that's just in music. And it just becomes increasingly more important with screen. Yeah, absolutely. Trent Reznor plus Hans Zimmer. Yes. Yes, Trevi. Yes. Well, you know what? I was given a bunch of vocalizations and stuff. I should challenge you guys to like scream into your phones and stuff and send it to me. Hans Reznor, right? Hansor. Transimnor. Oh, that's so funny. That's how the name Mod Ross came about. I can't remember who it was in the OhmLab community, but it was years ago. Uh, Probably like 10 years ago, maybe, or close to it. It basically said, what do you get when you combine Bob Ross and modulators modulating modulators? You get Mod Ross. Hansinator. Heavy film noise. Oh, Ohm Ross. Oh, that's good. I'll be back. Love to see what happens when you get 12 groups of 3 to 5 people together. Each group does a specific color therapy, and then see how each sound music project feels to an audience that writes out what they feel and experience while listening. Yeah, that would be absolutely fascinating. That would be really fascinating. Ooh, this needs a big pitch bend in it. Just as a little stinger, this works. Let's just bring these in a bit. Let's do a pitch bend on one of these. This is a ring mod, granular, and granular. Let's do this on the ring mod. We'll just put an envelope here. And we're just going to drop it on the release. And that's it. And we'll make this kind of convex here. Oh wait, no, not the ring mod. Duh. Hold on a second. It's probably going to be this one. All right, let's try that again. I'm just going to do a pitch drop on the release. And maybe we'll do the same here. Slightly different rate. It's really stepping through those. It's all right. Let's just do a little stinger from this one. Cool, let's bounce that. Sinister intentions. Whoa, and then play those 12 groups to plants and see how they grow. Yeah. Does butter notes mean you take a butter knife and slam the butter knife across the piano to make some notes? Butter notes are they're the cream. They're the cream. They're like what you have in those places where there is nothing because you decided to put nothing there because that was a choice. Butter. Yeah, yeah, right. Oh wow, Heidi is still going. And then make essential oils out of the plants and measure their life force vibrations. Wow. Reminds me of a favorite joke. What's the best way to titillate an ocelot? Oscillate. It's titillate. That's hilarious. The band would probably have to live up to the name. Yeah, they would. Yeah. Fury Lease. The Headhunters was definitely one of the best Herbie Hancock configurations. Long-time hero. Long-time hero. Yeah, I've got everything. He's just fantastic. Flaws and all. Yeah, that's all right there. Let's do something with that. This first one might actually be good on its own. Heat. Start with just a little bit of glue like last time. That's pretty good. This needs to come up just a bit though. There we go. That is the money. Okay, so that'll be the first one. So this will be some kind of FX, stinger, if I can spell. swell. And this is F minor. This is 60 BPM. This is O1. The intensity is 3. The complexity is 2. Cool. Now we can start having some fun with it. Master Geppetto, thank you so much for the follow. It's a great name, by the way. Okay, so we don't need absinthe anymore for the time being. And let's step back into thermal really quick. We may or may not need that overdrive shine anymore. And let's see if we can kind of cash in on that resonance that's in there. I'm really not liking that. Back to our feedback, which is where most of the best stuff is for this type of thing. Get into some creepy crawly texture. Let's take down this swell. Let's do the other one. What is it? Invasive species. I think it's better. Maybe something like that. And then we'll just put portal over the top. And on this one, slight glitch on it maybe. Screw all this noise. Let's just funk it up a little bit with a couple of very simple patches here. Maybe just a quick volume mod on these. And without the modulation in there. Okay, so this is a 2-bar sound, so maybe we'll go like a 4-bar slow. Now bring this back in. Mm-hmm. If only for the inlay photo of his setup. Right, right, right. Flaws and all. Dose of reality. Oh my goodness. Yeah, you know, he's got a show here in Portland as well, like happening right now. One of the old places I worked, actually. Good. I'm glad that they're requiring vaccinations to get into shows, Seth. Definitely. Okay, so that one's good. Very low on the lufts, though. Let's just beef that up. Saturation. Bit crush. Sure. Okay. So let's just print that one, and we'll use this to speed that up. Oops. And then I don't even label it anyway. All right, so here was 2. Intensity, complexity, sure, that'll be 3. Cool, labeled. Okay, so 2 notes. And let's just bounce both of those. And then strip silence on them. Little swell, little tension swell here. Let's add a bit more attack. Don't really like that last one. All right, so we will say that these are the guys that we like. And we'll bounce those guys. Cool. Strip silence on those. Back to our synth. Ooh, that is good. Let's just do a tiny little knocker. Cool. Let's see how that turned out. Turn this up. Yep, that'll be good. What's up, Michael? How you doing, man? Oh, Dead Can Dance is such a good show. Have you ever seen them live, Seth? They're so good. Yeah, a trailer. If you're unfamiliar with them, they're great. I think I first saw them early 90s, and I was really blown away. I was really blown away. It was a sit-down event at the Arlene Schnitzer Concert Hall, and it was just lovely and entrancing, and it was great. Yeah, you can always catch something at a show. That's true, Andremia. Ooh, if you're looking for recommendations, trailer, might I suggest going through the discography in order? Going back to their very first album and starting there and just kind of working your way through it. That's what I would recommend. That's usually what I recommend for a lot of the kind of alt projects that came out of the like early 90s and whatnot, because they've all changed so much over the years. Yeah, what a great chunk of time to be making music for sure. You woke up coming out of a back bend. What? Oh man. Yeah, this is going to be a big journey for sure. Yeah. But it's good. It's some good grounding stuff. For sure. Okay, here's our next stinger. Let's just bounce that. I'm never disappointed when I turn to Absinthe. I've made so much stuff over the years that now I just go in and I press a couple of buttons and I'm like, oh, I still like that. That's so great. Let's do that as a little stinger. Just these little bits. Might even envelopes. Might even sharpen this one up and see. I kind of like it softer. We'll roll with it. Disco. Next. Another quick bed here. Yeah, I think so. Let's do like maybe another 16 bar. Cool. Cool. And then we'll just bounce that as it is. It's be one heck of a bounce party here. Let's just see how that actually sounds a minute into it. Oh, that's going to be great. Let's turn up the gain on that a bunch and see. Yeah. Yep. That's the sound of anxiety. Let's get rid of the tonal element there. This is the sine. Oh. Yeah, I just don't want that. No need to force it. We got lots of good sounds. Should we look and see what kind of vocalizations I was given? Maybe we've just had enough of synth for just a minute and we should play with some of that. Let's see if I can find it. I'm not even sure if I downloaded it, actually. Let me just look here. Artists, pack releases, desired, mechanical. Actually don't see it. Vocalizations, Dropbox, Mail Ghost. Here they are. Okay, let's see what these things sound like. I remember them being fairly cartoony. Yeah, these creatures, ghosts. Ooh, there's a few in here. A few different people. A spooky breath. Okay, yeah, let's do some of this stuff. This is in our creature area, so let's go in and we'll just take all of the creatures and we will download them. Cool. So that's happening. Let's just put everything in this one into one folder and we'll call this synthesis. And then the next one can be just vocalizations. All right, so that's probably done downloading. Let's open that up and see what we got. Okay, so I've got a handful of things. Cartoon zombie green. These are just some sounds from interns and whatnot. Nah. Ghost sounds.
Ooh. Ooh. Oh. Ooh.
Yeah, we could probably do something with these, right?
Cartoon ghost. Woo!
Oh my goodness. Let's see what Tyler did in these. Everyone makes the same ghost sound. These are great. All right. And there was also, oh, there's growls. Hey, that's good. Okay, let's start with these. Undead. Oh, those are great. All right, was it this one? Yeah, it's this one. All right, let's start with these. And let's just use strip silence really quick on these to chop them. And then, wait, why are we, there we go. There we go. Got about 15 of these bad boys here. Let's pick one. Yeah, start with that one. All right, so very first thing we can do is just let's transpose this a bit and see what happens. Yep, we'll bounce that. Come back up here, bring that up just a bit. Try it again. Yep, bounce that. Up again. Yep, good. Print it. Next, let's stretch it. Let's get back up to our root. And let's start stretching this a few different ways. Speed. Sure, a little artifacty, but okay. Back into tempophone, granular. Let's make that a little more choppy. Crossfade 50%, grain size 20. Sure, print that. And let's also, let's get back into speed and stretch it, oops, stretch it a bar. Nah. All right, let's play with these first guys here. Actually, before we start our processing, let's go back and grab another one of these. That's the one. Put this up here, and we'll just do the same quick workflow. We'll transpose this down a whole bunch and see what this sounds like. To print that. Oops. Yep, print that. And bring this back up to root. And stretch it. Not really a fan. Okay, so let's get into these guys. Stretching these guys should be fun. So let's just put in a little spacer track here. We're going to copy this down. And we're going to stretch this one. Yep. Print that. I'll put a little thermal on this one. Altar boy time. Oh, craftwork, yeah. Yep. All right, back to our feedback here. Let's see what happens when we add some metallic sheen and feedback to something like this. Not a fan. Yeah, not really, actually. Let's do Yeah, just not really feeling that. Okay, now let's start playing with our pitch a bit more. And let's also shaper box. Cool. And on that, let's just do a small kind of trim on this. Triplet. All right, let's print that. Got a few growls out of this. Next, let's do this one. Just kind of randomly grabbing these. Sure. All right, same one, spacer track, copy this down, and Streech. Let's put a little tremolo on this. this one we will work with the triplets. Maybe 30-second triplets, though. Cool. And a little shine on the top. A little formanty in there. Print that one. Nano, what's up, dude? How's the wound, Ben? Zach is here. What's up, dude? I bet he's pretty good at a festival, huh? Okay, let's ditch the bit crush and let's put in, see what a phase distortion does to this. All right, let's alter this tremolo just a bit. Just out of curiosity, let's see where we are in all of this. Let's go find this project. Oh, man, are you serious? This is the 15th. I gotta save this. 15th. Never save this. Okay, now let's go and see this. You gotta love Logic, because even when you forget to save a project, as soon as you create it, it just fills up the directories with all of your audio files. Just gotta love it. And here we are. Here's all the sounds that we've done today. So far, we've bounced 35 sounds already. Wow. Where are the growls? Here's the growls. Oh, right, this doesn't have all the processing, so we really do need to go through, don't we? Huh. That's a pretty solid one. We should record some fresh stuff too. What time is it? 12, 13? Oh, we have time. Let's do that really quick. Let's just record some stuff. Some sinister kind of... All right, these are going to be growls or vocalizations. I'll just put these all into one folder here really quick. I call this vocalizations. Oops. Boom. So what was I going to do? I was going to create something new, huh? Zen Papa, thank you so much for the raid. How are you? How's your stream? We are making some Halloween stuff. Super chill stream today. Let me just change my stuff here. Gary Astor, thank you so much for the follow. Appreciate you. Happy hump day. Input device. Let's put our mic in here. And from there, let's just create, some laughs? And probably, should probably do like a little or something like that, right? Some kind of creepy breath atmos. We could saturate the hell out of it. Haha, favorite holiday, huh? Nice, nice, nice. Secret squirrel would make a great Halloween sound. Yeah. Anybody want to source some fresh squirrel sounds for us? Just on demand. Here it is. Here's the angry squirrel, the original one that started it all. Wait, where'd it go? Angry squirrel. Here it is. Thank you, Heidi. The original angry squirrel image. We can go back and we can listen to the original sound before we even processed it. This was October 7th, 2020, when this happened. Angry little squirrel. This is the original sound. That's the squirrel. Aw. That's almost 1 year. It's almost the 1 year anniversary of Angry Squirrel. And then is that when Squirrel Fest kicked off? Did we ever get an audio linked command? No, I don't think we did. Did we, Squirrel? Yeah. Cabe needs to send me that stream deck. Yeah, maybe someone should send some fresh squirrel stuff in. Oh, speaking of sending stuff in, we need to spend some time updating the community sound drive. I suggest we do that this Friday in between doing feedback on the feedback stream. Shout out to Ben. Everybody said send good healing energy to Nanowires because he had surgery and he is recuperating. But yeah, anyway, we should update the community drive. For those who have not been there for a little bit, you can can go grab fresh stuff. Don't forget, if you are currently subbed, you get a free sound pack every month. Hit the Discord to grab that. This month's free sound pack is Warped ARPS 1. Whatever you are inspired to make with it, you come back and you submit it in this month's community challenge, and you will get another free sound pack and a chance to win spot on the show, other fun things. Mostly just like gold and diamonds and Ferraris, and we just kind of toss that kind of stuff around. Look at Saf spreading the love here. This is nice. Okay, so we're going to record something. I think I might just off the cuff for like 2 minutes, and then we'll just strip silence and chop them all into samples. All right, here we go. Check 1, check 2. All right, let's strip silence on those. Actually, let's beef those just a little bit to help Logic find our quiet spots, and then strip silence here. That's close. All right, so now we got like 10 new samples or something, 8 of them maybe. That's an extra. Let's see what these sound like. Especially the Ferraris. Yep, 1 year ago with the squirrel, right, Saf? You're holding your breath not to make noise. Okay, so here's how we do this, Zen Papa. You just upload directly to the Discord. You can put them into the Found Sounds channel. Or sound design if it's something that you've designed rather than just recorded. And then I will go through and I'll upload them. I'll create a directory on the drive with your name, and we'll put whatever you send us in that moving forward. We just kind of make a little space for you. And then we use those. We can use those in a multitude of ways. You just tell us when you're uploading something if you actually want it added to the community drive. And when you do that, you're basically telling people it's okay for them to use it in their projects, right? So we've got a lot of like field recordings and wild sample manipulations. There's some synthesis up there. I think there's probably some presets kicking around up there. And if there's something you want me to specifically use in today's stream, just hustle and give me a shout in the chat if you have indeed uploaded something. And I'll reach for it. All right, let's start with this. Let's start with just the simple breath. Let's turn off our audio channel here. Check, check. Cool. First things first. We got cut off there. Next, let's stretch this a bit, and let's also increase our gain. Cool. And before we do that, let's just shave off the subs if they're there. Oh, there's none. That's perfect. Great. Let's just take off that plugin then. We don't need that. I'm going to stretch this a bit. Not too much. That's fine. All right, and then next, let's just put something creamy on this. Oh, you know what would be good for this one specifically? It's Comet Disco. Okay, now let's just give this a quick little curve here. What's going on here, Logic? Come on now. Do a little offset curve or swell here. Swells are the spice of life in the sync world, of course. Now let's add just a little heat on top. And Dremia says, I had a window up in front of your stream and I was thinking this dude sounds awfully similar to OhmLab. It was a still image. Oh, that's ace. That's awesome, dude. So Papa says, I've been designing a new follower sound for my stream that could be cool to share. I'm trying to make it like a little sound design event with 3 different parts ending on a whoosh riser. Oh, nice, nice, nice. Let's do a lo-fi. A little heavy on the bit crush here. Or something kind of gritty. Not like that. More just something for one variation. Nah, screw it. We don't need it. Just add a little simple overdrive on top of this to get it up to the right left spot, and we'll bounce it. Make it bright. Let's just print that. That happens to Paul too, sometimes in Dremia. Okay, so let's get rid of the comet, and instead next let's put in, and let's disable, let's just disable all those. Large, warped. Drop the pitch of this. Yeah. Excellent subvids. You'll have to unfollow then refollow. That's awesome. That's awesome. Just so you can test out the sound. That's great. Email, that is. Okay, I'll check it. I'm sure that I have stuff to catch up on in the Discord as well. Halloween Scream coming in from Zach. Let's see what this one sounds like. Oh, that's great. Is this you, Zach? This is great. Let's toss this in here so I don't forget about it. And next, let's also hit the Discord really quick. Thread permissions are improving. Okay. I will do that later. Thank you. Remind me, please. Hey. Hey. That's what's his name? Chowning, inventor of FM. Oh, it says it says right here, Chowning himself on the right. Oh my God. It's not even Monday. Trailer just says, I just completed a move from Dubai to the US via Scotland. All my stuff was stuck in a shipping container for 10 months while I waited for my green card. Holy hell. Finally got here about 4 months ago, got a studio room and finally reunited with all my gear. Hardest move of my life, and have done a fair few. Hope you get settled soon, Saffron. Holy hell, dude. That is a move. You're just up the street, Saffron. Did you guys even get a truck, or are you just like hoofing it? Ooh, hey, look at this. This is nice. Tom is so good about posting this stuff. This is so good. Who's posting links? Andremia, Chris Cooley, Javar. If you are streaming, toss your links in here. Send more love your way when we can. All right, I think we're all caught up here. Easier than I thought. Gotcha. Awesome. Yeah, it's nice if you can get away with like a little van or like pickup truck or something. You don't have to do the whole moving truck. That's nice. Sminky on the beat. Welcome in, dude. Happy hump day. Happy hump day. All right, let's listen to the scream that Zach just sent in and see what we can do to it. That's hilarious. Okay, first we're going to bring down the gain. It's a little hot on the lufts, and I want room to play with something like this. So let's listen to that again. That's kind of at the max. I'm going to bring it down just a bit more. So we're down like 7 dB here. Oh my God, that's hilarious. Okay, let's start off with the simple stretch. No. Wait, before we do that, let's just drop the pitch really quick. And we've been going about 3 down. 3 octaves. Cool. Okay, so we'll bounce that. We'll print that one. And then let's go back up somewhere in the realm of 2. Does not work. Let's see. Maybe if we drop it just a little bit lower. All right, I can buy that. Cartoon monster. All right, so let's bring this back up to a more normal realm here. And let's start stretching this. Speed algorithm first. Okay, let's bounce that and drop that 3 octaves. And see where we're sitting after that. Yes. Let's 12:35. We have enough time to get this. Let's do a what do I want to use? How about we go straight to guitar rig for this one? My neighbors. Plus I laugh every time. Every time. Sminky on the beat, you got something for feedback. We could do one quick feedback, sure. I'm down with it. Go and drop a link or hit the Discord. Either way, if you want people to get eyes and ears on it outside of the stream, you can drop it in the Discord. We got a room for that. And if you're subbed, make sure you grab your free sound pack while you're there too. This month is Warped Arts 1. Whatever you're inspired to make with those samples, you come back and submit it, and you get another free sound pack. A chance to win awesome things. Let's do ambient, I guess. I mean, maybe a lot less delay on this. And feedback. And maybe a little bit more of the room on this cabinet. As long as it doesn't get too hollow. Bring down our tone. Let's give it a little wiggle in the throat so it seems a little more freaky when you can tell that they're ready to eat you. It's always a bit more scary, isn't it? Okay, and now can we just put just a little bit of like high end, let's do something just slightly piercing. Where would we find that? Feedback and glass. No, that's not the one I'm looking for. Give me just 1 second here. I don't think that's gonna work. No. Maybe it's not. Maybe it's not thermal that I'm thinking of. There's a totally different kind of monster. A J.J. Abrams monster, maybe. Still with the delay. Let's just come back, guitar rig. Where are you? There you go. Feedback down. And more of the low cut. Chop out like the bottom, what, 100 hertz or so. It's a lot more clear. All right, so instead of ping pong, let's just go wide on this. Better. Better, better, better. All right, loudness. Just shy of the Luft's target, but we're pretty close. Let's print that. It sounds like the Matterhorn Yeti. Saf says, sent you a file warning. It's quite loud. Ooh. Sounds like a mountain lion in a cave. Jurassic Park. There it is. This is a Scream from Saffron. He gave us a warning that this is quite loud, so I think what we'll do is we'll bring it into Logic first. We'll come right back to the Scream here. That does look loud. We'll just bring this down a bit. Cool. Always good to hear your voice, Saf. Let's clean that a little bit. Okay, cool. Let's now drop this. Zombie cow? Is that a zombie cow? This might be a zombie cow. Okay, and this also has a bit of like a monk chant of some kind. Mongolian. It's got a musical quality about it when you run it through something like this. Whoa! Whoa! Okay, what if I have an idea? What if we take pitch, shift, split the difference. It's like some kind of weird alien thing. Oh my god. You know what this might need? We'll, oops. We'll ditch that tremolo. We'll bounce this. And then, oh, look at what we did to it. And then we'll stretch this granular. This will make it funky. Maybe not quite so much. It's starting to sound kind of like a mechanical device of some kind. Tarzan stepped on a nail. Oh, that's awesome. It is very much a Tarzan kind of a sound. Zombie cow. Thought those were outlawed after passing the zombie flu to the humans, right? Alien elephant. Yes. Alien Tarzan. Oh, these things are great. These things are great. What happens when we go the opposite direction? Oh, right, of course. As soon as I started making edits, it broke the stretch, didn't it? It has such a mechanical quality to it. This is a very interesting sound, Saf. Back to the original. Wait, this is down 15. Skip this back up to the original. Oh, it's so great. It's so great. Elephant mutant monster. Mutant turkey dinner. Truth. Have you ever lived around turkeys? Oh, man. This is a hilarious sound. What happens if we transpose this up a bit? Let's take down the volume just a little bit more. Oh, jeez. Oh, hilarious. Okay, now I'm curious. What happens if we put on a reverb, no dry, just wet, and we go into a large hall, down our lows. No matter how you slice it, this thing actually has a musical quality to it. And like there could be something there could be something to this. Turkeys are a little freaky, yeah. Oh, Heidi, this is never an easy thing. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, yeah, Heidi. It is a bit of a traumatizing event, isn't it? You know what this sounds like? This sounds like a scream that Bauer would use in one of his tracks. We should balance this with all of this reverb and send it over to him. Oh, Heidi. Yeah, I know these exact feelings. I know exactly these feelings you're speaking of. This is like a battle cry. That's it. That's the money right there. I mean, seriously, there's an insane drop at a Burning Man show lurking inside of this sound right here. That's what's happening here. Oh, holy hell. These are great. Oh, we're gonna have a fun little Halloween pack, I think. This is all pretty good. Yeah, it's amazing. It's amazing what they put in front of us as youth, isn't it? In my junior high, and this is a really tough choice for someone who uh, had a massive speech impediment. Um, there was this class where you, I don't know, it's so stupid. Anyway, they would divvy up the school into boys and girls for different things. I'm glad they don't do this kind of stuff anymore. But the girls went, they did some kind of home ec thing, and the boys went and learned how to castrate sheep. Uh, and I really didn't want to be castrating sheep at school, so I had to give this speech, which was uh, or this speech class, like speech presentation type class, which was an absolute nightmare for me. But it was better than castrating sheep. And yeah, I feel like this just kind of highlights the mentality of certain people's kind of thinking. The teacher offered extra credit if you wanted to do it the old school way, which involved uh, yeah. Well, at the time, Heidi, Brown was still, it still had a 4-H class in the, like, as one of the electives. Um, yeah, yeah. But this is also right before that, they still used to shoot in the cafeteria of Thomas. Because Thomas was the original Hill High, and that um, the cafeteria doubled as the rifle range, believe it or not. Yeah, you had a shooting range, right? Yeah. It was underground at that time, but prior to that, it had actually been, uh, if I remember the stories correctly, because um, my buddy Scott, who was, well, he became my buddy in adulthood. He went through the Hillsborough school system like 20 some years before us. Um, was kind of recounting how they would convert this space. Not the cafeteria? Was it a different room? Yeah, no, it was, I think it was the cafeteria. And then there was also um, something having to do with performance too. Like it was also the place where plays took place in the school as well, or something. Um, yeah, yeah, the dissecting of stuff was never fun either. Always wanted out of that. You've seen it. There's a picture on the internet. Yeah. 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 There's some trauma in a lot of that stuff. I feel like you just got to let people like gravitate towards certain things in life. It's hard to, it's kind of like expose kids en masse to things and expect it all to go well, right? Oh, definitely glad things are different in this day and age for sure. For sure. Yeah, just outside the long hall from the underground dressing rooms to the theater. Oh, maybe that's what I'm thinking of, the theater and the gun range. Did they move it underground? Yeah, I can't remember the entire story. I should reach out to Scotty and ask him about this. Ghostbusters stuff. Zach, yeah, it is a different world over here with guns, unfortunately. Unfortunately, I really don't like them. And even I was a marksman second class by the time I was 10, like first class by the time I was 12. I shot like bow and arrow every day for years. Had the hay bales in the yard just to make sure that my skills stayed sharp. And I always wondered, it's like, why do we actually need this? We have grocery stores and like, this is not something I'm going to be using daily. Oh, you saw it in person too? Yeah. Crazy, right? Wild. It's 1 o'clock. I should wrap up. Who do you guys want to raid into today? I'm going to go have a quick chat with Imaginate, who's going to be on the show next week. He's dropping his latest Black Octopus pack this week. It is the latest installment in his Elemental series, so that will be awesome to catch up with him. But I'm going to go do that now, and then we'll have him on next week. Saf, I'm going to see you in a little bit too, right? Spooky talks today, right? Maybe it was the sounds. Maybe it was the sounds. Ground squirrels out his kitchen window. Okay, so I've got a story for you. I've got a gun story for you right before I sign off. This isn't bad or scary or gross or anything, so stick around for it. My grandfather built this beautiful, beautiful beach house, right? He built a business from nothing, worked his butt off, retired to the coast in a house that he built out of real timber, blah, blah, blah. In this thing for years, for decades, right? And towards the end of his life, God, this was absolutely hilarious. Towards the end of his life, we were all, I was there constantly at the coast. I kind of grew up there on the weekends. And we're all just kind of sitting there. And he had just finished cleaning, like with Windex, all of the windows inside and out on the ocean facing side of the house, which was a lot of windows. They used to make all sorts of little treats, especially for the chickadees, but for birds in general out on the deck. There were lots of little bird feeders and different types of things for birds. My grandfather did not like it when crows or seagulls came to devour stuff. And every once in a while they wouldn't. He would kind of freak out. And this is like a super sweet guy, by the way. So had just finished cleaning these windows, and he went over to the sink. He was washing something in the sink and like cleaning up his hands and stuff. And he looks up, and we hear, "Oh no, you don't! God damn it!" And he opens up this closet, the game closet, which also has guns, like pellet guns and BB guns, and next to the puzzles and the board games and stuff. It's just the way that it was. And he starts pumping up the pellet gun before he even takes it out of the closet, and he's pumping it the entire time. And he turns around and he takes aim at this crow, and like a split second later he pulls the trigger, and then he realizes that he's just shattered the kitchen window. Like he had just kind of lost his mind for a second. He saw this bird out the window. The windows were so clean, he obviously felt that they were open. Because when you live at the coast, there's this layer of grime, right? There's this layer of like salt mist that lays on everything in like minutes. It's like nothing really stays clean at the coast. But absolutely flippin' hilarious. Like for years, we've talked about this for years. This happened, I don't even know, almost 40 years ago, right? So nice and clean. Yeah, the look on his face, the reactions that followed, everything was just so memorable. But yeah, people may be a little too quick turning to guns. This kitchen window gone. Oh, Fast forward many years later, my sister and her friends got a hold of the same pellet gun at our house in the valley and shot out a neighbor's bedroom window by mistake from our deck. I know. And people don't understand why guns should be locked up. I know. Crows and ravens are pretty good, right? I know. All right. Enough of old stories. I should stay focused and go make this meeting on time. Who should we raid? Who's live right now? Who is up? Let's see. Hey, it was really nice of Streamlabs not to mess with our audio during the stream today. Cold Cut is on again, huh? And Sketty's just firing up. Autopilot is rock. He's got a ton of people. Oh, Bad Snacks has nobody in there yet. Maybe she's just starting the stream. How about we go over there? We'll surprise her. We'll do Cold Cut again next time. All right. I hope you guys have a great day. I'm going to see you again on Friday, if not sooner. We'll see what tomorrow brings. I appreciate you. And yeah, stay inspired. Go play with warped ARPs. I will see you guys on the flip. Appreciate you. Big love.